Okay.
So for stream, guys, like, how do we do this for stream? Like, are we okay to show everyone on stream or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
is
Well,
everyone fine with
I'm
that?
showing all of you already, so.
You're only
Good luck.
allowed my
All
beard
of you already,
on.
yeah.
You gotta crop my beard. That's all. My mouth. You can't do any more.
Yeah, mine's is just a little baby one just now because I shaved recently.
No G Fuel sponsors, anything like that.
Hey, at least your beard is all black. Mine's like mostly gray.
Oh, okay. I'm getting there, man. They're coming.
Silver Fox.
They're coming.
Chat, I'm not going to
I'm
be paying a
sponsored
lot
by
of
Black
attention to you
Roundtable.
guys. I
Why
apologize.
do you do?
But I love you. I appreciate you.
I can't even grow a beard. That's kind of sad. I feel a bit,
You know,
bit
the
out
only
of
reason I
place.
do is because my dad can't. Right, he can't grow a beard, so I do it just to spite him.
just a little bit in.
Yeah, that's it.
It's funny that you say that because my dad hates my beard whenever I grow one.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We're live now.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome everyone to the Roundtable podcast.
Thank you.
I'm Mr. Dolphin. I stream on Twitch, won the first SOTF tournament, and I've been doing this for a couple years now. And a lot of us have been playing art for almost 8 years, right? Has anyone not
Yeah.
played? Who here has played since launch?
I've been here
I
since
played a year late.
Yeah,
day
I've been
one
here.
PlayStation. I was here.
Yeah, I
Like 2
started
months
on
late, I guess.
Yeah.
PC
Yeah.
and moved the Xbox. And then back to PC when I could.
And in my defense, amongst these awesome PvPers, I was originally one. I was. So I relate. I care about you. I'm here for you. And then awkward
What do you think
silence.
You guys here?
I was just reading chat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was looking at Dolphin chat too. But no, are you gonna do PvP come?
Oh, you know, I
the
really,
ASA?
I really am entertaining it. I learned, like, I had a little stint on Atlas and realized the repercussions of that. You know, they catch up with
Oh,
you
yeah, it's
eventually,
terrible. Yeah,
and then find you, and then what? So yeah, my heart goes out to PvP content creators. It's a hard job doing that, and you know, and trying.
but you
to
can at least
hide
do
where you are.
do it a little bit, and then still do all of your normal stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, guys, if you don't know who it is,
And if you can get into
top
if you can
left
get
is
into
Mr.
a tribe,
Dolphin. On the
they
other
know
side
that
of me
you're
is
part-time
Omni.
at least.
Bottom
know,
left is
so that
Ras. Bottom middle is
your tribe
Shaka's.
has
Bottom
time to
right,
build
even
up,
though he doesn't
tribe
have a
has
face right
time
now,
to
is
do those
Xfibo.
things, and you're not like I'm gonna stream day one, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be completely different. It's gonna be much harder for Shockist because I'm assuming you're going 6th man, yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan, anyways. But like honestly, for me, I'm planning on just staying away from the guys and letting them build up, and I'll just like be out a tribe payment, so I'm not like a
doing
hindrance.
shit,
Yeah,
but I am slightly envious because Gen 2 came out and we did have a scrap, right? I was with you, Willie, right, for Gen 2?
Yeah, we had a scrap.
Yeah,
the
we
fir-
had
the
scrap.
fir-
And
it was just
fun,
tech
name
punching
botters.
each other.
But but like I felt like Gen 2 6-mans like fighting for that center and just the scrappiness and all the small fights and stuff are going to be much more fun early game come ASA,
Yeah.
where we're going to cap 2 different servers and it's going to be PvE after hour too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be one mega tribe on 1x per server until it opens in 3 months, and then
Yeah.
and then
But you
then,
guys
then
get
it should be fun.
So Smalls is going to actually be way more fun because you're going to have that.
I hope so,
scrappiness,
Harley.
You're going to have all those fights. You may
Yeah,
get
from
wiped,
his
but
tent.
then in 2 days you'll be fine, right, or whatever else. And
Yeah, I mean, if your stone star base gets blown up, it's whatever. But then you're gonna have to wipe everyone off the server, or whatever. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah, I'm excited for it for sure.
Are
Damn,
any
I
of
just-
you considering going Windows in the beginning because of the crossplay?
Yeah.
Because I am hard considering doing that, even though it wouldn't be on Steam. It won't matter 3 months later. In theory, there's
But-
there's two reasons. I'm a little worried that Wildcard pulls a wild card and it never actually gets merged in for whatever reason.
Mm.
That makes me a little nervous, and I don't want to. No offense to all the wonderful people who we fought and played with on Steam. I want some fresh blood, and I certainly want to find out how good these PlayStation and Xbox are. And I think
That's it.
I can't imagine not being there on day one on the beach, on the raft, absolutely shredding these
Yeah.
console plebs with the PC plebs.
But
I mean, there
I'm-
is going to be Danichi, right, on Windows 10 now. So,
In theory, that's the other thing
well, I mean,
that's
there's
scary.
meant to be, so that would be the only
Yeah.
reason for you not to play that, right? So,
Speaking of Attitude, do you guys think that it will actually be good? Because they didn't hint at anything. Because it's obviously better for like not people to know as little as possible for it. But what's your opinion on that?
Hopeful.
I'm
Yeah,
hopeful. Yeah. So here's the thing. Like Windows 10 is the one that has the most cheats because I think
Right.
Windows 10 version does not have any cheat as far as I understand.
it also has a
like,
lot of players, like a lot of players.
Yeah. They did address that after. I don't know if you guys were listening or paying attention or had. If you guys know, I Am Wild Dude, he posted all the after content. But Dolly and Jack were actually answering questions after.
in the
After the
Discord,
crunch
yeah.
came out in Discord, and one of the questions was about how terrible Windows 10 is, and is it going to be the same experience for this time? And they actually talked about it. It's a whole new thing. It's not. That was some legacy thing that they sort of just used because they didn't have a choice, and this is much different and whatever. So in theory, it'll be better. And they have said that it's going to be cross play anti cheat, which is interesting.
yeah,
well.
that's right. Yeah, with your one account.
During
crossing
that
over all-
conversation, did they talk about? Sorry to talk.
It's all right,
over you,
mate. Go on, go for it.
go for it.
Did they mention anything about an active enforcement?
They didn't, as far as I saw.
They didn't. So yeah, right now I would have loved if they had like touched a little more enforcement because we, as much as I like the idea, hey yeah, we'll enforce. But
What's up,
there needs-
D-Mac? How you doing, bro?
For me, there needs to be a boogeyman. There needs to be a face, right? Someone that everyone can look like Balor back in the day. Someone people
Yeah.
can fear and be like, yeah, okay, maybe I don't want to aimbot this time around, and because Balor will show up and ban me. So that's my opinion on that.
But yeah, but back to it, what Willie was saying though, Steam's still going to get the updates first and foremost.
Yeah.
So do you want to wait for those certifications, or do you want to get in
True.
early? Anything that can get patched there and then, and more to the point, I still can't understand how they're going to be able to do that. Patch all platforms all at once eventually. I find that mind blowing.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like Atlas. Like at the beginning, when Atlas first came out, it was only on Steam, right? So it was constantly getting patched every week, every day. And then when they did the crossplay with Xbox, then we were seeing patch once a month. So that's
Can
my
you
only...
never say that again, please? Stop saying things like it's going to be like Atlas. Holy crap, don't say that. What is wrong with you, Dolphin? Jesus.
But they did say that basically they're going to use the Steam like community to be changing things and testing things, and then everyone else is fucked until. So like I know we've been talking about, or at least in GG they've been discussing, do we want to go where there's cross, or do we want to go Steam? I don't know if it's been decided yet, but like Steam is the at least I consider the core, right? And then everything else is going to be that stuff's going to be added to or updated to Steam.
What's up, Theory?
Yeah, but you also might not have the choice. Like, they might just be all, like, the majority of the servers might just be, hopefully everybody can just join most of the servers. I know they did say that there's going to be some console servers that PC can't touch or join or whatever.
Yeah, they're making the
But we
kiddie
might
pool.
not have the choice on PC. Like, it might just be as is,
Yeah. That is an important thing. Just in case you guys want to do this, I think it's important for us to say what the situation is. If one of you wants to do it, that's fine. If not, I'll do it. But all the options for you day one, you guys somebody want to go through that? Just so people
At least
who are
what they
listening.
say currently, yeah.
Yeah, so the choices are Steam is basically by itself in the beginning. And
Yep.
did they say December? Is it December they said that they're going to try to merge it all together? Or did they say...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
I
so
December, yeah.
December, yeah.
So at launch, you've got Steam that'll be not crossplay and by itself. You have the Windows version, which is like an upgraded Windows 10 version, if any of you know that, plus console. So that'll be PlayStation and Xbox. Those will all be crossplay on day one. And then you'll have, for the weak of heart, the ones who we're going to make fun of constantly are the PlayStation and Xbox only who want to try to hide from all the amazing PC players, they'll have their own two-sided crossplay as well. That's their 3 options for launch, correct? This is PvP
That's
only,
right.
by the way. I'm
That's-
not. We're not even really talking about PvE yet, but that's the PvP
yeah.
side. I would assume
Yeah,
it's the same for
that's right.
PvE though. If you play official PvE, it's probably the same situation. I would imagine.
Yeah. And that's the conversation in itself, about mouse over gamepad and, the advantages there and why they're doing it. I guess that's why. Right?
I have no idea why they're doing it in the first place. They're like,
I mean, it's going to be fun. Like crossplay is going to be fun to be able to
Oh, yeah.
fight
it's gonna be fun
console.
for
and-
us.
I mean, you can't say that. I mean, like, yeah,
Well,
we think that, but I mean,
you've-
we don't know that for certain.
You've got to wonder,
you're
are they
right.
do,
There's a
Are they gonna-
small percentage chance that PC players will join the Xbox tribe to teach them how to play the game and then attack people.
Well, it might be the opposite way around, I would imagine.
You've got to wonder, are they going to do anything like COD, where, console have got a bit of auto aim in compensation?
Fair enough.
Well,
yeah.
and now
Right.
with your 100 move speed, it's going to be a lot easier to hit you with a controller.
Certainly,
That's why
yeah.
they did it.
If it's going to be a 100 movement speed.
Yeah, we hope not. Yeah.
I think base is going to be increased, and they said they're going to be
Mm.
watching it
Has
and
to be.
modifying it. So I
Yeah.
can't find it. I messaged Doob because he might have it, but I swear I read something somewhere where Dolly referenced like increasing base to like 150.
She
That
she
don't
said
quote me on it.
140. She said 140. Yeah.
Okay.
But that
still,
was just her
140,
opinion. Just
142.
to be clear.
But that's what they're looking at, right?
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
not getting base this. We're getting new base, and that new
Yeah.
base is equivalent to 140, 150-ish.
Well, to be
I
clear,
love
what
how this is like a random comment she made, like that we're
Yes.
somehow trying to reference, like this, and it's the same way they announce small tribes, like they casually just
Yeah.
drop it in Salt Discord without like a community crunch or something like that. Like I just don't understand like how they can like talk this way about all these changes and how things are going to be
is the
different.
cat the best
I wish
part
they
of
would
the
address
live
it
stream?
differently, not a casual conversation in a Salt Discord. Where I don't look at Salt Discord, so I've got no idea.
It wasn't Salt.
I
it was the main.
was on the
Arc
official
Oh,
Discord.
it's the main
Discord.
one. Well, I mean,
But
still.
still, but still, like, I would have loved to see that on a crunch because not many people
Yeah.
know, like,
Absolutely.
on, like,
I mean,
Well,
I
that-
just think they're not like the movement speed is not set in stone, so they don't want to release any info that is not like for sure going to be that exact thing.
Well, that is the big controversial piece, right? The movement speed.
Is it really though?
I-
I don't think it's
and
that controversial.
I see
I
a
do.
lot
I
of
think it-
people
I think
for,
it's
a lot of people
split.
against.
Yeah, I think it's
it's
very
a
how are you
big
split.
feeling
talking
about that?
point right now. I'd
Yeah.
say it's one of the biggest talking points, and because there's not a lot of information, you can't
Mm.
level move, and then so and them not saying that they're also going to be upping it the base, right? If they
Yeah.
would have said that
Yeah.
that you can't level move, but it's going to be a higher base.
They
than what
didn't
you're
say
used to,
that either.
then
Just
it
to be
wouldn't have
clear.
been, well, that's what I'm saying. If they said that, it wouldn't be so controversial right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
right
I
now
agree with
they
that,
may
yeah.
not do that, right? Like that was a comment based on what Dolly would have rather seen than no base or than no leveling movement speed. She would rather see the base at 140, but that wasn't the message wasn't a reference to what they're actually going to do necessarily. So we are still currently sitting at 100 move speed normal. They haven't said anything. That was just her opinion on what she would have done, whatever. So hopefully that is correct, though. Hopefully you were right that that's what they do, because they did say they were doing that to dinos, that they're looking at dino stats that'll be adjusted, and not just move speed probably, but some other things. So
What do
hopefully
you guys
so.
think about the 255 not being fixed for dino
Oof.
stats
well,
on
well,
purpose?
let me touch back on movement speed before I get.
Go for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
grab
like
a
the
beer.
movement speed,
I want to see a cat.
I
Just all of us have a
originally
cat
would
up.
prefer if they had done like more like a SOTF like movement speed nerf, where you get less points per level rather than
Yeah.
just completely capping it. Because if let's assume they cap it at 100, that removes that removes just choice. Like you're forced to be at 100. But if like they would have made it more like, hey, you get maybe 0.5, 0.2, whatever number, then that gives you more choice when it comes to like how you want to build, especially for like rocket running, C4 running, and things like that. Like 100 movement speed, you're not gonna rocket run anything. you're gonna have to use dinos that have movement speed, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But then that
I
opens
mean,
up the possibility for other dinos to be used now.
But there's a
I-
great example right there, Sotif, that has a fixed movement speed. Yeah, it's probably a bit too fast for what they're probably going for, but it works.
I
If
would have
they wanna
rather,
do-
yeah, I would have rather just them cap it somewhere, whatever number they think is more realistic. Because there's certainly a level where, I mean, it won't be nearly as bad. We're forgetting that towards the end, what was the max level at the end? 190 or some crazy stuff.
205.
Oh, Jesus.
205.
Okay, so yeah,
That is
so at
crazy.
205, you have so many points to put in movement that you could have movement plus
Yeah,
all your other
it's
stats.
absurd. You should see how fast you go. I mean, most unofficial servers would cap the movement speed, right? You would probably cap around 180 is what I saw most do. But
Mm.
you could get up to 250%. It was actually disgustingly insane to even control.
Yeah, but now you won't really have. I mean, at least in the beginning, we won't have that. We wouldn't have had that kind of. You wouldn't want to put that many points into movement speed forever. Probably, at least in the beginning, because you're going to have way less total points available till more maps and more things come out. But
But
yeah, I think they should have capped and not.
Addressing what you said with the movement speed, I would actually be quite happy with like 130 though, 140 movement speed, 100% movement speed, kind of puts me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, how are we going to outrun PVE? Because that's what we all do,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's
That's
ridiculous
one
to
of the
talk
big deals.
about, but Raptors are absolutely going to annihilate everybody. Like,
Well,
There
on
is,
top
yeah.
of that, you've got pathfinding now with these new dinos, right? They're going to have new ways of being able
Yeah.
to punch you, and you won't be able to run them into a rock. So yeah, it's very interesting how they handle movement speed this time around.
We're still
Yeah.
gonna break it. We'll still find a way to bug it, but 100%.
yeah, sure. We'll just
Well,
stand on top of a
imagine-
rock.
Imagine being slower than the Bob on the RG. You're just dead now. Like no nets at the beginning. You better have grapples because you're not getting away
That's-
from anybody.
They're bringing the bug. On
Yeah,
stats.
right.
Yeah,
That's
true.
that's a surprise. Yeah.
That's disappointing to me because I
So-
don't like that at all. Like that really puts me off because it's a
Mm.
Griffin on crack, and we all know what Griffins on crack can do early game. They're
It is
stupidly
insane.
broken.
I think it's
Now
just going
the
to be
thing-
meta.
And no nets, no shadow main. Like it does take a week to grow, but those bugs are going to be the death of fun.
Does it actually take a week to grow? I didn't know that. That's interesting. I didn't. A week, you said.
And I have
Isn't it?
several
Yeah.
videos. Yeah, and
Well,
I have
remem-
several videos of using the bug into like when I was fighting T. There was all the PvP that was just using the bug constantly back and forth.
Yeah,
back and
all
forth.
the
You can
time.
dive
yeah.
into a
Yeah, that's
you can
right.
dive into 100 turrets, not take damage, just grab any dino, come back. Heal
And
it.
that's with shitty.
I don't care,
dinos, too.
Harley.
People were
Yeah.
saying, "Oh yeah, but you're not going to have like crazy dinos to give it good stats." Its base stats were insane to begin with. Like even if you had like a just average HP, if you pumped it in HP and it had resin on, it was a monster.
But
not
yeah,
happy
I
about
wish we could vote the bug out. I really wish we could vote the bug out,
Same.
especially considering they're not adding tech dinos and leaving this insanely stupid dino that no one really knows how it works. Especially
Yeah,
remember
no,
you can pick up teleporters and transmitters and vaults filled with shit as well. Like it's a lot it can do.
Yeah,
I
maybe
agree.
might be some duping involved with it if they're not.
Well, just
Should be
even
fixed by now.
even aesthetically against every other dino that's going to be on that base map, it just doesn't quite fit. It just doesn't. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's-
there is no mutated dinos.
Might.
There's no like
no.
crazy science ones, right? While that bug is like a one of those. Oh, let's mess with some DNA. While the things that are island are like prior to messing with it. So yeah, I think that's actually that alone is a great talking point. Everything on island is prior to them going into the going through the lore and messing with dino or with DNA. So it
Yeah.
shouldn't be there. It can show up later in when you launch Extinction or Gen 1, then it pops up on island, like it did, but
Well-
it kind of is lore breaking.
And let's be honest, it's plainly obvious the devs are trying to replicate those old days of Ark, right? With what they're doing here, and that again, throwing in the Rhino Natha just doesn't suit that style of play.
Doesn't make sense, yeah. Doesn't
Yeah.
make sense at all. And
Yeah.
remember, like with these, everyone's going to be building these land bases, right? That's how it's going to be. And the biggest problem about land bases is people just sniping your dinos. Now there's a dino that can carry 2 people, and it's like, have you ever shot from the back of one of those things? It's like having a shadow stake on. It's very still.
Oh, is it?
And it's
Wow.
it's so easy to shoot from the back off. So, and it can carry another player as well. So I'm just
Yeah, you
not
put
excited
another
to see
player
that
on
in
a
there.
Stego, and he can shoot too.
Oh yeah, you can pick up a Stego as well. So you'd be 3 people in
Yeah.
this
Pick
guy
up
if you wanted.
Beauties too, and Rexes.
And
It picks up
Basilisk.
everything, bro.
We rack it up
Oh my god.
in there. Damn. Yeah.
3 inbotters from Areno. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have that thing in. And remember, I know you said it takes a week to grow on me, but when the servers come out, there's going to be the extra life event, and then a few days later, we're going to be getting the increased rates. So that might not be the case at all, depending on
Yeah, they're
how our
gonna
extra
be-
life goes.
No matter what, there's gonna be a plethora. If it exists, I'll be spending a lot of times sacrificing low-level dinos just to get an army, and
But
I'm
the
sure
Korean-
others will too.
The current experiences are based on these like heavily mutated versions, right? So like the ones initially
No, the
from
base
off.
is amazing.
No, the base is strong. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not.
The base is
right.
insane, bro.
Right.
Like that's because now they did say that they're changing the stat levels, right? Where we're keeping the 255 max, but each dinosaur or beast or whatever you want to call them is getting a pass on, from what I understand, how much they get per level. So like the Arthro could get to like 120k HP, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's because of how many levels and all the points and stuff. But it may not. The new Arthro may not be that based on how many points they get per level up or whatever. And that's
Oh, right,
that'll be
yeah,
different.
yeah. Because that's what they said they were going to change, right?
Yeah. So that like
Mm.
how much they get per level is going to change, but it's still going to be up to 255.
So how do you guys
Just
feel
to-
about that part of breeding? Like, cause with that, I think they're trying. I think they might be trying to avoid having like really OP dinos with like ridiculous amount of HP and stats. So what do you think, guys? Thoughts on that? Like that breeding change.
I
in
mean,
general?
balancing what we see now, right? Like they're taking a pass over everything. They're going to take a pass over of turrets and turret damage and armor scaling. I'm sure they've looked at everything. That's why, like, I'm excited for the game. I know Dolly again said like it's going to be rough waters at the beginning. It's kind of expected. Steam's going to be the guinea pig. There's going to be patch. The reason why they're not bringing out the Spiel crossplay is because they want to focus on patches. They want to focus
Yeah,
on pumping out
balance.
patches as
Yeah.
quick as they can.
Yeah.
And based on us, the guinea
Oh,
pigs.
yeah, the guinea pigs, yeah, what they see. What we're all
And
complaining
then-
about.
and then send that off to everyone else.
Yeah.
Just to touch back on enforcement for a little bit, they did say that there's going to be a new program where you can, like a bounty program where you can like report cheaters and get money for getting them banned. I think that's the only thing we have for enforcement so far. So that
Report
like,
cheaters
No, that's
Yeah.
or report
that's reporting
bugs
the
and-
cheats.
That bounty
Yeah, the
reward
bugs.
system, right?
Yeah, it's a bounty
Yeah,
report.
Yeah, they've had it for a
yeah.
while, and there's some people
Yeah, it's
that
been
made
going on for
10
years.
like
Yeah.
plus 10 plus grand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
it
what,
is very,
what,
very
what
good.
he's
Not bad, I
saying though
guess.
is it's coming back in. But to touch on enforcement as well, I don't know if you guys have played much official ARC recently, but a few of my friends have, and I talked to them about the enforcement, and apparently the enforcement in the last few months has been insane, like 15-minute response times. So
Oh wow.
I know
really?
things were really bad,
Mm.
but I think they upped it since it's
What-
going to be coming out.
Well,
so.
I think it's because no one was playing.
I was about to
Yeah,
ask.
I mean,
was
it
gonna
could
say,
be that. It could
realistically.
be that. I
Let's
mean, it
do it,
literally
maybe.
could be that, but it could also be that they upped it because they are
true,
ASA.
true, true.
So we don't actually know. Because I mean, there was people playing. Like I knew
Mm.
about 10 different tribes
I
at least
see,
still
Gary.
playing smalls, but yeah.
They've got a
the-
large
the,
enforcement team. You're getting at.
The
Yeah.
reward system's actually just a trick to catch all the cheaters. You report the cheat, and then you're banned. That's actually the trick.
Ban.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cheating day one so I can get paid. I'm trying to get more money out of this game.
I'll think I'll join you.
Yeah, I'll let you know. You let me know what you find. We'll share it.
So
Yeah.
so what are you guys' thoughts on? As we're moving on the topic. What do you guys' thoughts on no cryopods in general? That's also another big topic people been talking about lately.
We'll
Another-
go down the list. We'll go down the list. You can start, Raz.
Yeah, I'm for it. Providing UE5 can handle it. and it's kind of on that basis because we know that's really why it was invented. It offered these advantages, but it really was offering less stress on servers and hardware. But if UE5 can provide this miracle advantage on being able to render in so many dinos at once, then yeah, great. Why not? Right. And again, it's a nod to that time of old that we all seem to yearn and enjoy prior to cryopods. You know, caves were certainly more adventurous to explore without them, and PvP was a whole new kettle of fish back before them as well. Definitely for them, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Hellbilly, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I have. I think it's just two sides to the same coin. Willie, the guy who likes to spawn naked and try to kill as many things and people as possible, loves it so much he can hardly wait. Willie, the guy who likes to go to bed and not have all his babies dead the next morning, doesn't like it quite as much. But I think overall, I like that it's almost certainly forcing outside bases, at least for a little while, until they put them back. I think it's gonna make
Kill transmitter.
Yeah, well, yes, but even then, you can't put away dinos at all. It's gonna be wild. Like your
You can
dinos
upload
have
25 dinos.
Well,
and then
yeah,
download them in the cave so that then you have to move them manually.
yeah. But I mean, even
we
your
did
personal
back in the
dinos
day.
have to stay out now.
And teleporter too.
Yeah,
You probably can't
teleporter's the bigger
upload
one, I
anything.
think. I think
Initially, I don't
teleporter's the
think.
one. But man,
We are transfers disabled initially as well.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So you won't be able to
at all?
upload.
Oh, so only teleporter? I was
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
to fucking at least unlock transporter to really get shit moving.
We talked about that too. Like, oh crap, we can't even upload. Like, there's
Yeah.
no, which is also fun because if somebody does try to go in a cave and you get past the entrance, well, they're in a lot of trouble then because there's no
Well,
going out the
transfers
farm
aren't
and
open. Uploads may be available still though.
they
think so,
haven't
too.
ever
Think they
been
might be.
before. You're not allowed to download.
I mean, there might be. We don't know, right? We don't know,
Yeah.
but they're most likely not going to be, I'd imagine. But like you said, teleport is still going to be there, so there'll
Yeah.
still be ways, and it'll be that mini teleport, right? Because they're changing it.
That's the
But
thing
it's-
I'm one of most excited for. Imagine once we're and it's cool doing the whole, like classic arc. I look at it as like classic WoW, but 6 months, a year from now, when we want to do like a pop-up fob and we're just using a small shield, mini teleporter, and everyone just has a cryo in hand, you're gonna be able to do like a massive blitzkrieg, right, with a small footprint. It's
Yeah.
gonna be very cool.
Yeah. No, you're right. I've always thought the consensus with people building in caves was surrounding titans and mechs, but cryopods was, I guess, a big enough culprit for it. Take that away, and yeah, you'll find less people building in caves.
I mean, Titans
Yeah.
were the reason that I moved into a cave from my land base. We had to, you just had to. They were disgusting. I think that is actually what did it. Like, I know cryopods is another reason for sure. Definitely makes it easier and all the rest of it, but 100% was Titans, and not so much mechs, but Titans.
Titans were fun, man.
Were.
I'd spend
How
an
there was
hour
no
a day
land bases.
taming them. We'd pick a server and drop 3 Titans daily.
Yeah, and then now there's no land bases because of that. Literally, like, killed every land base there was. And it's true, it actually
Yeah,
did. Like,
yeah.
because it's genuinely why, like, I think our land base on Scorched Earth on 6-man that lasted like a year and a half or whatever survived 28 Titans. And after that, we were trying for months to get into an ice cave, and we did eventually. But yeah, sad times, but Titans, OP.
Well,
Yeah.
we still have a long way to go until Titans. So
Oh yeah.
for now, fine.
But talking again from my point of view for the whole cryopod thing, I'm glad they're changing it because before bases were so much cooler. Like, I know
Yeah.
there's the issue again with like dinos getting sniped and all the rest of it. This is just an arc problem. Like, you need to go to bed and when you wake up, my dinos going to be alive? That is arc.
Yeah.
That is what arc is, right?
Yeah.
So, like, having all the dinos out, everything just out for people to see, because you can't build on these locations. Like, all these base locations that people live in now, you wouldn't be able to really live in, like, without the cryopod thing. So, it's going to bring back those massive meat runs. It's going to bring back those massive outside cool-looking bases. And I like it. I think it's going to be awesome. And again, it's just going to be a nightmare for dinos getting sniped. I'm just Not a fan of that. But it is what it is.
When
Get rid of the
your-
bug.
Your high melee fucking dino gets sniped because you can't put
Well,
it anywhere.
Yeah, teleport into the
Should've-
cave, mate.
should've
Hey,
put
should
it
have
in
used
a
your brain.
box.
They should have
Yep,
teleported
yep.
into the cave on there.
No, but I agree. Like I obviously was for cryopods just because we all love them. But for the classic island feel, I just keep referring it to like going and playing World of Warcraft Classic. You
Yeah, I
want
keep-
it to
yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like that original. And what's more original than no cryopods? And it gives
Yeah.
us something to look forward to. Because I'm fucking looking forward to get past Tab, get back into Extinction. I'm waiting. I'm already waiting, so hoping that I can actually use the Strider radar properly and it not fuck up my allies. So like I'm looking forward to each integration though. When we get into Scorch and now we've got whips. Oh, now we got
Mm.
flamies. Each meta,
Yeah.
we get to experience each meta, and it's gonna be different
That's
because there's a
exciting.
new dinosaur that's adding to the mix each time too.
Yeah, and it's all reborn within the new physics engines that they've got in place as well. It's a cool experience. Yeah, super excited for it.
So where are you going to be playing Ras then? Where's your focus going to be?
Oh, I'm so torn, dude. Honestly, like we was just talking about prior, like I am entertaining going unofficial. I've been invited. And
Can
just
I tell
releasing
them?
it again.
Roz Clark did say that he is entertaining ideas, and you can DM him if you're in a PvP tribe, and as long as you understand the risk of taking him in.
Throw him your best offer. Throw him your best offer.
Yeah. It'll last 1 week at best.
You never know. That's the fun of it, though, right? How
Yeah.
much content can you get out that one week?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
first
exactly.
week is going to be
Exactly.
insane.
Would you want to play official or 6-man?
Probably 6. Yeah.
Oh man, you're brave enough to be
that's
one of the
rough.
6th.
Yeah.
That's rough. Yeah.
Dude, 6-man is going to be brutal. I'm not going to lie
That's
to you.
it, Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Because you need to remember,
Oh.
6-man isn't actually 6-man.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing as well.
Swapping in and out.
Well, it's just a couch
Mm.
sharing because they don't care
it's a-
about it.
yeah.
And they don't
Oh,
enforce
right.
it. I mean, it's not like I tried back in the day. Because originally when small
Has
tribes
content
came out
creators
back
done an
then,
embargo
there was
against
actually
art?
6-man.
No.
There was actually only 6 people
No.
in the tribe, and there was no account sharing. And then this meta came, and there was these streamers streaming on a different character every day, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And Wildcard didn't do anything about it. And then we're like, okay, well, I guess you just have to adapt and then just roll with it. If you want to survive, you have to do it too.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it
it's
is
called
what it is.
Survival Evolved. You
Yeah.
guys are evolving.
That's it.
Well,
Yeah.
there's no
That's
real
how
way for them to
everything
enforce
evolved.
them, though.
I mean, there is, if they want to. If there's enough, if there's a guy streaming on a different character every day, it's very clear that he's account sharing, right? It's not rocket science, but that's just an example of what you could do, but they don't. So
What's up, defensive end? Doing
Also,
well,
some
buddy.
unofficial servers have tried tackling it in different ways with tracking like MAC addresses and stuff. But I mean, it was largely successful, but never fully solved the issue. So I've been thinking of a solution to this for a while, but it's extremely
not-
hard, as you guys said.
yeah,
I don't
it's
think
hard
there's-
to deal with.
So
And
what do
I
you-
didn't. What's that, sorry?
What do you
That's
think, Xvibo, on Cryos?
On Cryos,
Yeah.
I will love bringing back dinos to my base, but then again, the excitement of
Yo, what's up, Tech
opening
Terror?
a
How you
new
doing, bro?
tribe's cryo fridge and just looking through their dinos and knowing that these are now your dinos is it's going to be gone for a while, but then again, it's going to be back someday. So
Maywings bring it
I'm
back.
looking forward to it. Sorry.
Maywings bring it back.
see.
Yeah.
Get your milk
They
as
were. It probably comes back faster than that. They were talking about that as part of the after crunch thing, and it seemed like they were pretty convinced they would they would be forced one way or the other into bringing them back from the complaints. But who knows? Who knows?
Imagine the taming racers and gigas and rexes and shit, and having to walk them all the way back to base.
Bronto?
Walk into,
Every single
walk into
time.
an hub to do a bus.
Oh, man.
We'll just grab them with a Rhino now.
Oh yeah, we'll have the
Yeah,
Rhino.
fair enough though.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
you're gonna have
grab it.
you're gonna have teleporters like a few days in, Ras, or at least the most most people
Most
will
people.
have TPs instantly. Like you have your boss TPs, that'll be one of the first TP you get. So
Yeah, I forgot all this.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Do you
just
guys think there's
remember,
gonna be-
Unless,
Go ahead.
unless,
Sorry.
unless they're going to make tech much more harder to unlock.
I mean, they
might
might.
explain that. Yeah.
Well, if you're trying to
do you
run
think-
caves at 100 move speed, to
Do you
get
think that there will
artifacts.
be explorer nodes? That's
Oh,
that's
yeah,
something
it's,
we've
it's
been
the law,
discussing.
right?
I'm pretty
It's-
sure we'll
it's-
have that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean, they
it's-
wouldn't-
It's the law explains, so they would. But maybe, yeah, drop the multiplier.
The XP.
XP, yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
wouldn't
taking
dare
a
do
pass
don't do
over
that.
everything. What it might be there? Maybe like our note run will be moved a little bit, and we only get to like level 30 or something from it. Who knows?
Tell XP
But
to put his
that's
cam
the
on. He
cool thing,
can't.
Despite us all
unfortunately.
having like 10,000 hours or or more, like we're going into this game, and it's still new because they can change anything.
Yeah.
They can change.
Yeah.
We have to
Well-
relearn everything.
And back in the day, the bosses were hard. Like they were nerfed considerably, right?
No, I don't think they were nerfed. I don't remember any nerfs, but they were.
no, we just
People
got
just
better
came up with
things.
ideas how
They
to
were
do it
learned.
better. Yeah, learn.
Mm.
I mean, most bosses are kind of cheesed. Like
Yeah.
the center boss is cheesed, the island boss fight is cheesed. They might change Broodmother so you can't jump up in the mushrooms and just shotgun it. Who knows? Like we have no idea, right? So
Yeah.
I remember being afraid of doing the first dragon, and then I think it was, what was the evil nation, evil empire? One of their
the
dudes showed
Rex.
me
Yeah.
that no,
Yeah.
they took a deer, shoddy and a deer, and they
Oh,
went
wow.
underneath the
That little
dragon
rock.
and
Yeah.
shotgunned up at its nutsack and soloed it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh man! And so then we ended up still doing Rexes, but
See,
they
but
were,
that was all part of the fun, right? Like we all
Yeah,
enjoyed that,
figuring
like
things out.
finding these bizarre exploits, like Megapithecus, like getting to that rock over the hole and being able to shoot you from there for a while, and then that get patched. I think it was all quite an enjoyable experience, like finding these bugs and then being patched, right?
yeah,
Um,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah, it
it was
was.
It's
fun.
one of
Yeah.
my favorite things
Yeah.
about in all of the new content is we get to explore it. They tell us how they want us to play the game, and then we tell them how we're going to play the game.
Yeah.
So the real question is, would you like them to change the boss fights?
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And what would you guys like? What would you guys like to see then?
Well, we assume.
I-
God, sorry,
Go ahead.
Miss Dolphy.
I
Go
would
on.
love for them to bring the original early access thing that they wanted to do with bosses, just make them tameable. Just for the fun of it. Just for
No.
the-
Ooh.
That's a terrible idea.
Such
That
a
is
bad-
horrible.
That's awful.
Yeah.
No.
That is
What
the
was
worst
it?
idea I've ever heard in my life.
I
So
don't
moving
even
on.
remember.
I'm just kidding.
I'd be
What
down
was
for the
early
bosses.
access? I wasn't there for it.
I'd be down for the world boss, like the way it was in the world for a
It was
while.
called Boss Wars or something.
Yeah.
Imagine it roaming the map, not tameable. That's crazy, but just you fight the boss on the map itself instead of in the arena. That'd be pretty
Not
wild.
far
That way
They
the
did do
players
that.
can steal it.
I
Cool.
Yeah.
remember back on 323, our bros talking that you could spawn in the Broodmother, and that's how they used to farm chitin.
Yeah, you picked up an RJ and then you drop it
What?
and put in a trap and then you would farm it with Sabertooth. That's how you did it back in the day.
That's mad.
Yeah, yeah.
You literally picked up the boss with the RJ. It's absurd.
That's mad.
And you were able to tame it, by the way.
Don't remember taming it, but I do remember farming its little spiders and picking it up
Yeah.
with RJ.
Yeah, it was before
Yeah.
my time, but I just heard stories of it.
And you got to think. I mean, I'm being a bit too reliant on it, but this whole pathfinding they keep going on about how that's going to affect the bosses as well. You know, perhaps they can't be as cheese as they are right now, right? And they just turn and one shot you and that's it. It's game. Don't know.
To be honest, I didn't even know there was like until you said about that whole change in the pathfinding or whatever. But I mean, these cheeses aren't going to like unless they remove like the mushrooms that you can't jump up on and stuff like that. Like they may, but that's the only way. There's not much like if it's a Broodmother, she can't exactly jump up there and kill you, right? Well,
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
just have to
she can.
flatten the walls and flatten the pillars.
Whether cheese or not, there's still going to be a standard, straightforward way, right? Do one generation of rhinos, one generation of Rexes or the fucking sloths, and then get the imprint, a half decent saddle, just a little of well preparedness. And
I hope
you'll
it
be able to do
fixes
it this time.
the
They're,
Thylas and
they're
stuff.
meant to be beat, and
Yeah.
so it's who's gonna beat it the first few times, and monkey see monkey do. Everyone else is gonna copy or iterate.
Yeah.
I'm
what
just,
do you guys think
I,
of
I,
the-
I doubt they
Go
will
ahead.
change it. So I was just gonna say
Yeah.
I don't think they're actually going to change it. I think it's just going to be as is, and we just need
Yeah.
to learn the best strategies and use the dinos that island has to offer to do it. You know,
Yeah.
whatever works best.
What do you guys think of the overhauled building? I think that they've been working with a content creator. Was he Gigi Fizz?
GG
Or
Fizz they
who was-
employed,
yeah.
who's a
Yeah, who's
prolific
that?
builder.
I would trust him with overhauling the building system because he's been a very well-known builder for years now. So
And he's already kind of hinted that he's influenced it to some extent.
yeah, I saw it on Twitter, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see a huge meta change in building as well because
Hopefully, yeah. This whole blueprint system that they mentioned.
I didn't hear about that. What's that?
Oh,
Sorry.
with the
blueprint systems
Overwolf
for
mods and
R2.
stuff.
Yeah.
No, but they did mention like
It's-
it sounded like you're going to be able to save something that you created to
Yeah.
recreate it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's going to be
Oh.
cool. Like Satisfactory style, you could do that.
Yeah. Which I made a point about it'll help PvE because their biggest problem is pillar spam, right? And what if they, I don't know, they program something to say this particular blueprint pillar with ceiling, you wipe all of that off the map with one click of a button. Yeah.
Well, so
mean-
my understanding is that you're going to be able to render structures also from further away
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70%
And dinos.
further.
in dinos. Like, do you think that's going to affect like anything? Will I be able to snipe things from like
Yeah,
much
PT
further?
It's a
spinning.
point.
It is
We
spinning.
try to take out
Mm.
Shakas's fucking indie forges.
No, not
On
Mendy. I need
Conquest.
that. I need that on the. I need that.
We had like 10 or 15 guys go PT spin your guys' forges on Conquest.
I remember that. yeah.
I was watching Discord. I didn't participate. Okay.
That's all right.
But
That's
I
all
was-
right. You can partake.
But like they were all in there, but nothing rendered. You know, because it was so far away, or whatever. that
And
they
so
started.
laggy.
Yeah.
Those servers were terrible. I remember the lag was horrible too.
Do you guys have
Uh,
any thoughts on they're doing 70 player limit again? Do you guys would have
think
loved
that's fine.
that to be different or?
I mean, the official players should speak on this because I don't know. When we on
No,
small, so
I think
it's-
70 is more than enough.
Should
I
we-
think if you outman, it's horrible.
Next
Especially
gen
on
Ark, I want
island.
300 players on my servers. What? You're giving me this new version of Ark and you can't put any more than 70 on? Behave.
It's
Nah,
it's
it's-
been an issue for every game since the beginning of
It's enough.
connectivity.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we want more, but it's a limit to communication. Once we have quantum internet, that's going to be a lot different, right? But until then, we're limited.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ark has always been a number game, especially official 1x PvP. It was always who had the most numbers in. It wasn't so much as skill based. So it's good that there's a cap on the players because can you imagine 200, 300 players happy rushing a tower? Like, just an example, like, can you imagine that many people? Because
Wild.
there is
Yeah.
that many people in those 1x tribes. That is possible.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
So it's not impossible. Like, that
Well-
would be insane.
It's not unheard of that we're going to probably be able to cap 3 servers just in GG on day 1.
At least, minimum.
Minimum.
Close to. I don't know what they're gonna do about it, how they want to like approach it, but there's gonna either be joint simming or at least 2 servers. I don't know
Wait,
what
we
we're
haven't
gonna
even
do.
talked about the queue. Like,
Yeah,
They
that's a bit sad.
removed it. Thank God.
They're not
So they-
doing it initially, yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Sotif eventually arrives and gets included, then they're going to explore it, yeah. Yeah.
How
there was
bummed are you,
quiet about it for
Dolphin?
so long, but yeah, it's gone now. That's it for the foreseeable future.
Would have been so good because joint simming is just like no one likes joint simming. So
Yeah, but the
I mean,
queue
that
system.
was
just
why
sucks.
1x was shit, but that was always the issue. Trying to get in, you're missing out on all this content. There's other people getting in.
Shut up,
instead of
spooksy
you
idiot.
wanted
Yeah.
to get in and involved in it. That was horrible. I always hated that.
Yeah, but the queue, if they had, no offense to Wildcard, but if they had done their typical less than enough thought process behind the change, a queue would have been crazy. Can you imagine trying to get into a server with a queue that GG's fobbed? Like, you're never getting in. If you're not the first one there, you're just sitting in the queue like, okay, I'm
And you've
301
got
in
50
line.
people, behind. Like,
Yeah.
not just GG, But
Yeah,
TPG has more
anyone.
plebs
Yeah,
than that would just sit in a queue than fucking GG would.
But
Yeah,
And
fair
all
enough.
you need to do is cap a server, and then there's
Fill the queue.
the shady
Fill the
people.
queue, yeah.
Just fill it with bots. Just
right,
fill the queue with
yeah.
bots, and then
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah,
You
because
Didn't think
that
about that.
was that was an issue. That was an issue on Conquest, right? Servers were bot capped, so
Yeah.
that could also be an
Mm.
issue for those new ones. Who knows?
Yeah,
If the
you're right.
queue
1,000
just
players on their server.
A queue doesn't solve anything. You just
No,
you
unless
put your
it's-
bots there as well, right?
Unless the queue is just like a automated join sim where it does it for you, like you just hold your place and then it randomly picks somebody out of the giant pool of players and stuffs them in the server. That's the only way. Otherwise, it would just. I mean, unless they did some wild things, but I'm kind of glad that's not there.
I mean, it will be there. Like, would you want
Cobra, shut
the
up.
queue there to be at all, or would you want a different system that works with the queue?
So leave as is. I think. I think
Yeah,
that's the best
probably.
system.
Well, it's got to serve an advantage to somebody who's just frustrated and at least they know where they stand to get into said server, right? But this is in the ideal world where you couldn't do things like that and fill it up with other people.
You
Any
think your
system-
server used to drop before? It's got to drop
Any
every 2
system is going
seconds.
to be abused,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Especially and is going to be blitzcragged by mega tribes. We've seen it.
Monthly
Myth of
subscription for
Empires
priority.
had a
Oh
thing
god.
to deal with Q, Last Oasis as well, and we are going to gamify whatever fucking system they do to the disadvantage to the defenders, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with
Let's
them coming
not,
up with a
Phoenix.
system, but the problem is that system's going to be abused, and in creating that system, that needs to be at the forefront of its creation, of what it ends up being.
I see this as a bigger issue on 1x official though, because most small tribes cannot fill up a server, let alone fill up the queue. So
But
I don't know.
small tribes is like an afterthought, you know? What I
Yeah,
mean?
small tribes isn't that we don't ever have to deal with queues. We don't have to ever join some ever. There's been one or two times you've ever had to join some. It's very rare.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that at all.
Oh no.
I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Maybe that would just be nice to have on small tribes to eventually get into the server if the servers are that busy initially. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. I mean, it could, right? We might have to wait a few hours to get into the server on day 1 or 2 or the first week until people are wiped.
Just pay for priority queue. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just get some whitelist.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, whitelisting.
Yeah, I mean, they should definitely whitelist us content creators, right? I mean, especially all this work we put into the game, they can at least let us get in first to the server so we can stream and stuff, right?
Yeah, true.
So we can see our shit be lost.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
So there's gonna
what's
be a
next?
new Dino Manager system. It lets you view the real-time status and track locations of all your creatures. So that's kind of
That's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of good.
Sounds like a great way to crash the server.
Yeah.
Well, at least I
Yeah.
won't lose my dinos this time around when the server crashes it. So they'll make it nicer, I guess.
Well, I mean that's always been an issue, right? Like, how many times have you actually lost your dino? I mean, it does happen from time to time, right? And especially now, I actually really like the system that they did eventually add for the taming. So
Yeah.
you could run around, you could tame a bunch of dinos, you know where they are, because you'd never remember,
Absolutely.
right? Otherwise,
Right.
let's be
Yeah, no, I love
realistic.
it too.
Like, I really like that system. So if it's similar to that, then I'm all for that for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Plus, now you can know where all the people in your tribe are when they have their mesh bases. You're just like, wait a minute, why do we have so many dinos in such a weird spot? That they're just way under the map. That's so crazy.
Nah, enforcement's going to be on it. I'm going to trust in enforcement is going to go ham from the start and just go crazy, and it's just going to be,
gonna be good, yeah.
severe punishment
Yeah.
for anyone
Blind
breaking the
hope.
rules.
Do you think that's
Yeah,
secretly why it was brought in to track creatures in the mesh?
I mean,
They
maybe.
could.
Right.
Maybe.
I just hope they
said that
like
there's a
let
whole
it
new
sit.
system for Mesh
I hope they
with
do
E5.
nothing but collect data for like 3 months and then they just lay it down. Like one big swoop like they've done in the past where they just track and like get all the people they can get and then they just
That's
hit
pretty
it with
standard.
Yeah, but
I
I'd
hope
rather
do
they
that.
punish
Do it
people from the
early.
get-go, because
Me-
I don't
me
want to have
too,
to deal with that for
technically.
months. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone does
Yeah.
do something wrong, aimbots or meshes, I kind of want them dealt with there and then. Like, so you don't have... I mean, not instantly, whatever, but, that day or whatever, we'd be fine. Because it's hard to play against that, you know. I mean, let's be real. There is going to be a lot of cheating from the get-go. I mean, I don't know how quick they can make cheats, but aimbotting is a problem in every game. Ark's not going to be anything different, especially because it's new. I bet you there's already cheats that already work on it or whatever. So
there's Unreal Engine 5 out, right? So it's based on that engine, not the game.
I think
I
for
mean-
me is how quickly they react to like a situation, right? Especially it's being a stream,
Yes,
because
the
the last
live-
thing you want is
live
play
info.
bad PR. Yeah, like just how quickly they punish people, and like how they deal with people that get around like cheating. For example, like by the end of 23, we had like people that would get invited into a tribe, and they would just be in the allied tribe, and then they would just ban the person that was invited that didn't do anything about the tribe, right? Like I would like to see some update.
No,
to
it was
this
in
DLC.
tribe, bro.
Yeah,
They didn't even do
I think at
fucking
that
Allied
point they
tribe
didn't care.
anymore.
Yeah.
here, just a quick question, and it's just if anyone knows, right? Because I've got a feeling near the end of Ark, there was no tribes any big 1x tribes dead white for actually like cheating or whatever, like aimbotting or whatever. A whole tribe. When was the last time a whole tribe was punished for having a cheater in tribe? Do you guys
There-
remember?
That's when you guys
long
got Dev
time.
White for cheating against T. I don't know if you
There
remember
it
that,
is.
but
True.
Oh,
that was
Conquest
you guys.
doesn't count. Conquest doesn't
Oh,
count.
okay,
because
not
was
that?
completely
Okay,
different
my bad.
enforcement.
I-
Let's
It's
not go down
been a
that road.
long
Let's not talk
time.
about that TV. Right? Let's not talk
That's a
about
whole other hour conversation.
Let's just.
Oh.
let's
Sorry,
just-
sorry. That's my bad. I didn't mean to
But
open
talking
old
about
wounds.
T, you think they're going to be on ASA official servers?
100%.
I mean, they will
Of
be.
course,
They're
bro.
hard.
I don't know.
Of
I
course,
don't
Guess
think
who's
there's
going to
any
go for them?
chance.
Guess who's going to go for them from the get-go? Me. And
Ev-
Round 6.
everybody is. What do you
Oh,
mean?
they're
That's
not
I don't
gonna
No,
think
they're
they care.
not. You
Okay.
say that, but everyone's so scared. Did you see on the last of fresh servers, no one would even attack them. They're all a bunch
Yeah.
of pussies. Like they
Well,
were
yeah.
so scared to get banned and punished for it.
All I know is I stole their fucking Reaper. Talk shit on them.
nice.
Well, man, that's one touchy subject. If Snail Games announced they're doing their own Conquest service, then I'm like happy. Okay. You don't need to tell me if they're gonna play there. Just announce you're doing Conquest for ASA, and that's all I need to know.
I
That's the
doubt they'll
question
give
stuff.
them their own servers. I mean, I hope they do, so they're out the way and no one plays
Yeah.
them, because everybody knows not to touch that, right? But those game modes are actually really fun to play, and it's kind of sad to miss out
It's a
on
shame, yeah.
because you've got those, those people that play it or whatever.
So
But-
would you guys like other game modes besides 1x and 6-man? Like, would you like to see like dual servers? I know something that Kishko wanted back in the day, for example.
I mean,
I
dual
wanna-
servers do very well, but like, have you actually ever played 2-man? Have you ever actually tried playing 2-man?
What's up, Parks?
Dolphin?
I tried, and it just doesn't last that long. It
Yeah,
might just
because
be
it's boring, because you trying to be online at the same time as your tribe members, so you can go actually do something is near impossible if you want to
Yeah.
make sure you don't get wiped, because you also need to watch the base. So how does that happen with two people? It doesn't. 2-man will never work. It's a terrible idea, in my opinion, anyways.
What's up, Mushu?
I think
What
that,
about, like, a super
Go.
boosted arc pack, where you can attain a status super quick and have all the PvP fun you can within a very short period of time, and reset, restart, rinse and repeat.
do you mean an official
What
server
do
that
you mean?
wipes occasionally, or
Arc pack,
quite
but on
often?
crack, like just the progression
Like
to get
10x?
yourself to a.
Like an
Yeah,
unofficial
why not, right?
like mode.
Oh,
Yeah,
it depends on
something
how many
insane.
players you can have and such.
Well, my
I mean, I
my
think they will
feeling
allow the
is
community to do that, though.
yeah, exactly. Why get rid of something the community does really well and
Yeah.
put it like let the
Yeah.
community thrive where it's been thriving for a long time now, and let
Yeah.
and keep. We don't need them worried about more things. No offense,
Yeah,
but
sure.
I would like them worried about as little as possible, other than keeping everything going on official the way it is. I think small tribes
Yeah.
is great.
There's
I
the
think
dev kit.
Oh, you're muted on there, I think.
You're
God.
muted, Tony.
Oh, my bad.
there
my
is
bad.
a dev kit. Yeah, true.
But yeah, there's the dev kit. But I would love to see the arc. Like, we've seen a couple of modes come out, right? Unofficial servers that were set up. I said for years that I would love to see a MOBA of, like, I played StarCraft 2, the like mini games that people made. There was a MOBA version of that, of StarCraft, that was great. And I think that there could be an actually really, really cool MOBA version where you pick your dinosaur, right? But
Mhm.
then when your dinosaur dies, you're on foot. until you go back and either retrieve it or it comes back. So there's a lot of like unofficial things with Unreal Engine that you could do that has nothing to do with the devs, right? That's like off, like another creator creates within the dev kit.
Well, yeah, and then we got mods for console now, so it offers a huge opportunity for mods to be ever more popular than they've ever been before, and they might grow as a result.
Which means unofficials might do even better than they've done
Absolutely,
before.
yeah.
I would like to see them do better at making it easier to find good unofficial servers in the game, because the truth is, the first place people start is they load up, they go to the search thing in Arc. And if you ever have clicked on unofficial accidentally, because I would never do that on purpose, it's just like just a million useless servers. It would be nice if there was some way that they could show, I don't know how they would do this necessarily, but to make it easier to find.
PlayStation and Xbox handle it completely differently. Like you will see the popular servers on those consoles. Steam is just
even
bizarre,
unofficial though.
Yeah,
I mean, it should be just sorted by players, and it's good.
Yeah, it's one click, and you can see all the best popular servers that are running at the moment.
So I wonder why it doesn't actually work on Steam then. Maybe that's why the unofficial servers do so well on console. Like, have you guys saw how popular those windows? Have you guys actually saw, like, for example, BAM's Arc? Have you seen how popular that is?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah,
it's absurd. Like, you play that server, and there'll be a base, and everywhere you look, it's insane.
But
like,
it looks
I was
like
shocked
Rust.
how popular it was.
Dude, I ran an unofficial cluster on PlayStation for 2 years before doing this game, and it was a job, 24/7. Yeah.
Big respect for all the unofficial server owners.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And now they got to deal with the Nitrado thing. Which could end up being very weird and not necessarily great.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Nitrado's pretty good.
Are you sponsored by Nitrado?
Yeah. Somebody put a paid by Nitrado over his face, please.
Paid by Nitrado.
I gotta say, they really grabbed that bag by securing.
They really did, yeah.
All official and unofficial servers are only Nitrado.
Listen, from a business standpoint, I have no problem with what they did. It was smart. They realized that they're taking a pretty big risk, whatever. But it just sucks for the players and the people who have done community servers other ways. And hopefully, they did put out a comment about it. They put out a statement, and hopefully they don't get too heavy-handed, maybe.
Well, I think PC.
So explain that a little bit more about the servers, because I don't fully understand that. Then probably a lot of people don't either. Like, what are Nitrado doing differently to what they did before?
So, I think this is. I'm not completely positive, but the Wildcard owed them like $1 million in fees.
Yeah,
and I think they actually leveraged that. They did it on purpose. They didn't pay so that they could come to. But then it was Nitrado that I think initiated, said, yo, it's like $1 million. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna loan you more money so that you can focus on making the game, Arc 1.5. But when it comes out, all the servers are Nitrado.
Yeah,
and they're like, but you need to pay us back when you launch the game from the sales. And if you fail to launch the game at the end of October, then you have to pay us back from the sales of Arc 1.0.
ASA,
It was a smart contract. Like they did a normal contract
with no whatchamacallit, interest.
So if you're an unofficial owner, you have no choice but to go to Nitrado to try and get a server for the new servers.
I mean,
Nitrado's
Nitrado.
But the great thing about everything Nitrado, that means they get to standardize and streamline. That because of this, that means that they now can partner with Overwatch.
Rubber band
and
servers.
They can
What's
make
up, Turbo?
a across the board, everything is standard, which means we can do a lot more cross-platform. We can do more because it's standardized.
There's certainly advantages to having it all under one roof and running services like that. And I think PC will find ways around it anyway. It's console that will definitely be locked into Nitrado and no one else.
Well, doesn't it say though that Nitrado can basically sell the rights to use the ARC files?
Yeah, and there's negotiations happening as we speak.
Yeah.
on other companies. So it's not
So-
at the moment. It seems like it's purely in the Trado, but I don't know. As we get closer and through ASA's development, we might find it varies.
And you
Yeah.
can host your own server. What Bro and Chat was saying.
Yeah.
You can host your own server from your own equipment, right?
Yeah.
And then, but I don't know if that'll be searchable within the domain of the game. But for sure, Steam and other ways. So you still can do your own thing. You always have been, and that'll still be standard. But like I think it's actually really good when it comes to like all the different mods, all the different availabilities that'll come from it. We should see a lot more that benefit the player.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Right.
definitely up to them to not be heavy-handed, though. I think that's the main. For me, this feels like they're fail-safe. Like I think they loaned them the money because they're not stupid and they realize the ASA is about to sell 1 billion copies. Because no matter how much we all complain, we're all going to buy it. That's just what's going to happen. You're going to buy it unless you. It doesn't even matter. You're going to buy it. So then I think it was just a
Do you
smart.
really think it's
business
going to be
decision.
that popular though?
Yeah,
Like,
I
is it
do.
going to be that popular?
Yeah, I know people who haven't played
Mark?
this game in years and years who are coming back
ASA?
because it's new.
ASA's going to be insane.
Yeah, they're going to sell 1
Think so
billion
too.
copies of this
I hope
for
that's what
sure.
If you
So
if you were smart and bought their stock when it was at $1,
Well,
sell like 2 weeks after ASA. You're gonna make 3 times your money, 4 times your
Yeah.
money easy.
yeah,
I hope
but don't
so.
hold too
Well,
long.
That's
one of the
insider trading. That's insider trading.
it's one of the first UE5 games out, right? There's not many out as well that's going to be showcasing all of these physics and the engine working. It's going to draw a lot of players.
Yeah, but have you
It's
saw a lot?
huge,
I
but-
haven't saw any I haven't saw any promotion at all.
They
Like,
they did that on
people-
purpose. Again, Dolly said in
What
this small
promotion?
little fucking corner of them not talking, but she said they did that on purpose, and that
Apparently, yeah.
things are going to be, that comes closer. There's going to be a lot more talk and a lot
Yeah,
more
picking up.
things about it.
The reason I believe is because the engine's ever updating, right? And there's 5.3 only recently came out, and they're trying to decide, okay, what's that version that we're going to release ARC at? What does that look like? And that's why we've not seen anything up until this point. Or,
You're-
well,
they're
Have
Well,
they
it's
given the
5.2
system
now.
specs for the game yet?
nah, get a good PC. That's
Is that something you're worried
So
about, Mr.
far.
Dolphin? I guess you don't have a very good PC if that's what you're wondering.
Oh yeah, I'm
No,
not.
I've never thought about that.
Well, there's
Do you-
there's a lot of people in other tribes that have like very low end computers, so like those people might
Yeah,
will
just
have to
buy a
upgrade, though.
PlayStation or an Xbox. Then, if you
There you go.
can't afford a good PC, just go console. You'll get the same.
What's
for it.
wild is there's still so many original Xbox and PS4 players like asking why are we not getting
That's
this?
ex
What-
FIBO.
We're not getting
Parks.
this. What's going on? And it blows my mind that that it had to happen at some point, right? Like this is what's held ASE back for so long. It's those older generation consoles.
100%.
And
Been 8
yeah.
years.
I don't want to bring it up again, but do you remember what Atlas did with almost zero like hype before it just like the week of, and
I
then
don't know. I think there was some hype. I remember playing
There was some hype.
Atlas with XQC and all the top content creators. at
yeah,
that
that's
time.
all they
That
did
was-
though.
But there was not like a lot of
Yeah, that was like
conversation
2
prior
weeks
to it.
before, or like a month before. They announced it at the games, one of the game shows, and everybody's like, "What the crap is this?" And then they gave the key out to like you said, XQC, but they gave it to everybody. I mean, Summit was playing it, Lyra
Yeah,
was
that's what I mean.
playing
Like
it.
all the top
playing
content
is a
creators, like-
really
Yeah.
broad
Yeah,
word.
they were in the game for
Overstatement.
some point.
Yeah, you couldn't even use the boat. I mean, I dressed up as a pirate for a release in the game. They even got released. I'm
No,
like an idiot.
Day 1, you couldn't log in.
Yeah.
You couldn't even play the game day 1. Day 2, you couldn't do anything, but you were in the game.
Thank you.
Right. Is a little conclusion for me because I gotta go now.
Yeah, it's getting
I'm
there,
really,
right?
Yeah, same here.
I'm really excited due to like what I've seen so far. I'm excited to see more, and I'm looking forward to battling against you or alongside you
Are you 6
in
man?
ASA. 6 man. Yeah.
What are you 6 man?
But
Alright, cool.
I'm sure we'll meet someday, and yeah, let's have some fun. Let's make this as good as we can make it. And
Have you made
I
the
wish you all good luck.
announcement that you mentioned
announcement?
before?
Me?
That what you were planning on doing for ASA?
No, I haven't. No, I mean it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, I'm on smalls. Yeah.
But I mean, what your like media of choice that you had mentioned?
Oh, Oh no, I'll still be uploading videos, but probably going on Twitch as well, just for the first few weeks, just to
Nice.
dabble into that space as well. But
So,
yeah, we'll see how
and
things
I
go.
heard face reveal too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean it's
oh,
happened
oh,
already on the
no.
YouTube channel, but yeah.
You has you did a
um,
face reveal on YouTube? I didn't know.
I mean, it wasn't really a face review, but I mean, my merch promo was with my face in it, and yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't want to make it all about myself, so I'll let you guys continue. And
this is it. It's plug time, right? Everyone
Nah,
get
nah,
their
nah, nah.
final bits in. Plug yourself away.
Right.
We're done.
Good night,
Thank you,
Xevo.
boys, for the chat.
Good night,
And,
Xevo.
Yeah, man. Later, brother.
looking forward to it.
Dude.
That's
Always nice
Xfibo.
always
It's
nice talking to you boys.
it's
Yeah.
he's a good friend of Kishko. Yeah,
Bye.
it's not Kishko though.
What? We've got to go and do jumping puzzle as well, haven't we, Willie? Is that happening?
Listen, we don't talk about Willie playing PVE on the PvP podcast. All right? Can we not do that?
It's been
Thank you.
fun. It's been fun watching you guys. We're all waiting for a reason to play Ark, and you guys have a little thing going. It's not RP, but it almost feels RP, but it's real. And you guys have the community
Do you know
going.
what? That's what it is. That's what it is. It is RP, right? It's like soft
But it's
RP.
not RP. It's RP
But it's
in
not.
the RL.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Because you
Yeah.
guys are being
What's
yourselves,
up, Warlock?
but
Right.
exploring it and doing things. It's been fun. I've been
Yeah.
lurking.
We're just testing that no movement speed thing because in the hunted you start with 50, so that's what it's been about. Getting used to not being able to get away from anything.
But let's hope they do increase it ever so slightly, just so we
Yes.
can run
I
away from
think they
raptors.
will. I can't see it being the.
And
best.
we they haven't. I'm more worried about the things they haven't mentioned, like I. They haven't even mentioned anything about I
No.
and Discord bots. I know Dolly mentioned that on like the other creator Discord.
Yeah,
but,
they
you
said
know.
no more I&I, so that we should see some
It's
scripts.
just
They
like
confirmed that.
official
When
PvP.
did you say that?
Yeah, I can't. Don't ask me for like documentation. I can't reference anything.
But
I just
someone said
heard
it.
Yeah,
Trust me, bro.
I read
Trust
it
me, it's
somewhere.
happening.
A guy said it could be wrong. It's filed. You know what I mean? And so supposedly, hypothetically, there'll be no I&I, but just give it like a couple of days and then ask
We'll
someone
see.
that's
We'll
playing
see.
official,
Yeah.
and they'll tell you how to fucking do it.
I was gonna
I
say,
really
is
hope
it
there isn't going to be.
is it no I&I or the no I&I they did last time when it was no I&I?
Where they just changed the file? That's
yeah,
absurd.
yeah.
That was so easy. They bypassed it in like
crazy.
20
That
minutes.
was like the laziest
Pretty
Pretty sure
that
that
band
engineer
day
actually
fix.
happened.
spent a whole year, and then we just bypass in like 10 minutes.
But people were worried because people were getting banned around that time for random stuff or something, if I remember right. So people were worried to use it because in case they got banned. But then they
Rito.
Nah,
No,
you were fine.
and then there was other fuckers streaming it the whole time. I didn't want to. I was waiting for other streamers to mess with it, so to see if they get banned, to know if I'm allowed to use it, because that's the best way that you know. Did someone else get banned
Yeah.
from it?
You just
know,
let
that's the only way
Famaz
to
run
know.
around with his hard I&I, and then if he doesn't get banned, you're good. Just turn it on.
Yeah, I remember like at that time when they changed it, we were all doing like an SE raid, all run around with heat stroke. It was the worst experience. It was hard. It was hard. Like we were a mid-central cave raid. Like they changed it. No I&I. Everybody's too scared to use I&I. It was pretty horrific, but it was fun. It made it even more fun, and memorable. I really hope that they do work out a way to not have I&I in the game because it ruins it for a lot of us. Like that don't use it because you want the game to look good.
That's why I have a green afro to blend in with the bushes. It's the point of it. It's not breaking the game.
I don't know if that green afro does that, by the way. It's just saying. It's a good idea.
We will have interactive foliage though.
Yeah,
True.
right. Yeah.
I think this is the most now that they've made a little more info available. I think I'm more excited than I was overall. I think it's up to them to nail it to the wall and make it awesome. But I think that it's not quite as scary. Aside from a couple of things that we all would like to see slightly adjusted, I think if it comes out in a decent state, or if they do a bunch of updates quickly to get it to a decent state, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun in ASA. Actually,
It's Wildcard. Expect a dumpster fire and a shit show, but it'll be slowly ironed out. And if you're on,
Oh,
if you're playing on 1X,
calm down, Gray.
it's gonna be PVE instantly. I think the funnest you're gonna see is Shockist or people playing 6-mans. You know, not having the servers capped instantly by your own dudes.
Yeah, but I wish I could maybe just relax as well in PvE for 3 months as well, you know? That does sounds kind of nice. I can just stream, take it easy, you know, do some
it.
metal runs.
I'm gonna be doing the metal runs, taming while I'm watching you.
Nope. No.
Did they say
Yeah.
anything about transfers? Like transfers are just gonna happen with the Scourge, or like they didn't give any specific date?
Yeah, that's what they said, right? You can transfer, and then you hopefully will be able to transfer over to the Xbox and PlayStation servers, and then wipe them all. That'll be when it happens, when Scorch comes out, right? Because that's when transfers are opening. That's when Scorch is available around December. I think it's all around
Yeah.
the same date, right? They said.
Yeah, I expect when Scorch comes out is when we're gonna get transfers on Steam.
But
Yeah.
you know, I was actually thinking though, like you know how they have delayed it and made it so we can't instantly go to console servers, like us PC players. It is going to be nice for them to be able to build up, you know. But there's going to be so many servers fully built, and can you imagine the content around about December when the server
once it
transfers
comes
are
out,
available?
literally be Christmas, right?
Yeah.
All of those servers waiting for us.
Me and you on Christmas Day sitting here eating our turkey, trying to raid a base at the same time
I
on
can see you-
console.
I can see you licking your
it's
lips
gonna
from
be
here,
good.
man.
Oh, I'm getting excited. There's nothing
he's
better than a
excited,
wee Christmas Eve raid. You know, when they're all in their beds waiting on Christmas, and you're like, let's raid them. Let's rerun them.
Oh, that was
Christmas
actually
Day
a great time.
On 1X was the worst.
So
You
being there,
forget
done that.
Captain
I have
Christmas?
done Christmas Day raids. I don't want to talk about it. All right.
I hope they don't have cryopods right at the transfer. It'll be annoying for the attacker, but knowing that they can't get away with anything will be so much fun. Just it's been a long time since somebody actually lost anything of value in this game other than personal dinos.
Yeah, because
I
when
mean,
you upload a dino, you've got that timer, right, to be able to. I
Yeah,
mean, when you
24.
download it, you've got a timer to upload it. It's like
Mhm.
a day or whatever.
But that timer
Yeah.
might be different. But yeah, I remember
Yeah, who
like
knows?
way back in the day, some of the first raids I went on were like BLDX raids. I was telling my little brother about it because he was like, "Oh, I might play Ark," and so I filled him in what life was like back in the old days, where everything was downloaded. And they weren't
Jackie, there
even
won't be
picked yet.
new mods
So
on
like
official
there would be a
necessarily.
big push, and then everything would be pulled back, and then hours would wait so that the Rexes and racers would heal and shit, and then we'd go again.
I mean, you used to
Yeah.
push without pushing foundations, and that was the best
Yeah.
tribes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Yeah, it was
It was
crazy.
Yeah,
wild how bad we all were.
Yeah, you're all
Yeah.
on Rexes. No one's pushing foundations, and you're just hoping to kill them all and hold the ground
Yeah.
with the.
There's no
with the
turrets.
dinos.
Your
Stealthily-
fob is like a 5-turret box. You're just going.
I see people building rafts from miles away out in the ocean to bring in as their fabs. Like Spinos, like stealthily going through trees to meet up at the meeting point. Yeah.
I think that'll be
Good
fun.
times.
That's some of my favorite memories. Are like when Center first came out was having to walk dinos across the map to PvP the other couple of big tribes that had built up. You know, early days. I think that'll be fun.
And that took
Cat-
hours, right? If it without
Yeah.
teleport.
Yeah, it was a mission.
Yeah.
I mean, you still had transmitter, so you could download them, but then that was at your fob, and then you had to go to the destination.
When we did it, we didn't have transmitter yet
It's
because the
pre-transmitter. I remember the.
well, it was
Yeah.
the transfers weren't open
Or
yet.
drops.
Well, there was no transfers in the beginning.
and that was it. It was the race to find a drop, right?
Yeah.
After that,
yeah.
Yeah, we had
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
those
bosses
days.
at
bombing
a
it
drop
about.
and
Yeah.
pull everything out at a drop. But they couldn't have saddles, so you'd pull them all out, and then you'd have to have someone else to bring the saddles and shit. It was a pain.
Yeah, this sounds awful the more we talk about it. I want cryopods now.
That's
I mean,
what I'm saying.
it is going to be hard. Like even farming,
Yeah.
like Olimer, like your metal, like
Oh,
payment is
God.
going to be long. Like-
Polly on fucking island. What are we doing?
doing
Penguins. What do
penguins.
you mean? Or hard
Doing
poly, your
penguins, right?
choice.
Or farming obsidian,
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thing
that's
with
it.
Pelagornis now.
How
That's
do
what
you
we're gonna
make teleporters with penguins?
You beat you kill a lot of penguins.
I've heard
be
the
clubbing
pulling
them out.
poly off penguins, and the only way is to craft it.
Well, you don't what?
I
There's
don't-
no penguin
don't-
poly? Are you kidding me?
He's referencing the hunted. where you
Oh.
don't
Sucks.
get things from dinos
Yeah.
by hitting them. You have to hold E and harvest, and it's all based on your crafting skill, and it takes forever unless you pump crafting skill.
Yeah.
Interesting mod though.
Whoever controls the swamp cave and has all that free
Chitin.
Paste.
gen is going to be the winner of the server.
You get paste
The
there
alpha.
too, don't you?
If you have a
With
frog.
a
Just
frog.
Get your frog on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if
Megatherium
you
and frog
the
combo.
swamp, then you can get paste and then do Obsidian Island or Mountain and just make hard poly.
That's probably the way
Okay.
to go, I think. That's
Yes.
probably going to be it. I mean,
Long term,
it's
for
that's
sure.
going to be nice because tech's going to be more rare, and it's like, see, maybe a
Well, that's
tech
what-
fob's going to be expensive, and if you destroy someone's transmitter, it's going to cost something.
Well, that's what I'm expecting, that they'll make tech like just much more unattainable. Like because
I mean, by
yeah.
making it on island, that is because elements
Yeah.
harder,
Yeah.
polymers
Well, and
harder, everything's
You have
harder.
to get. Don't you have to do
50
beta or
scales.
alpha dragon to get like teleporter? I think it's alpha, right, for teleporter.
Yeah, alpha.
Yeah, Alpha
Yeah.
Dragon.
That's gonna be rough at first, especially like we were talking about how much harder it's gonna be just to get artifacts with no move speed. You're just gonna be like slow
Yeah, right.
walking through caves trying to avoid stuff until I mean you're gonna
Palovias and
you're
your
gonna
bears
grapple
and
over it all,
stuff.
but I mean
Yeah.
there's a lot less room for error if you
Mm.
screw it up.
It's exciting though. It's new. It's exciting. It's going to be really fun. And it's
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm just
definitely.
hoping like they do what they said about the movement speed. Like that'd be really nice. But if it's not, then I guess we're running down on a wee Sabertooth or something. That could also be fun.
Is there anything you guys would like them to see like do differently, like add into for ASA? Because now would be the chance for them to add or change stuff now that exists already in the game that haven't happened yet.
Well, I would like them to make sure that Carno Cave, on Carno Island isn't so OP. Because I mean, without cryopods and all the rest of it, that's going to be really strong. And I would just like for them maybe to reconsider the bug thing, because the biggest downside to the land bases again is just people sniping your dinos, and if there's a griffin, which that pretty much is, it's just going to make land bases a lot harder to have.
See, I'm hoping hoping, that the island might be just a bit more expanded. A few more caves thrown in, maybe. It's not going to be just a replica of the island we know.
I wouldn't hold my breath, but that'd be
I-
nice.
I think they're taking a
Yeah.
one pass over. That's why they're
Yeah.
not bringing out Scorched, right? Is so
Yeah.
that they can focus on this, and then that gives them a couple more months to focus on the next thing.
I think that was the
doing
wording they
renovations.
said as well. They said they were passing over the caves. That's literally what they said.
That's
Yeah,
the
they're-
concern, right? For the people here who know Ireland through and through and know it, like everything about it. Surely there's got to be something refreshing there for you to enjoy and explore, right? Or else you might start to feel quite tired and bored with it sooner than you think.
I mean, it is going to be boring. It is actually
Yeah.
going to be boring. The farming on it's going to be very stale. It's going to be very slow, and it's going to be really hard.
Once Scorched comes out, then the party starts at least. for
Scorched is
main.
going. Oh my god! I cannot wait to farm element on Scorched. Like it is.
Ellie,
just-
Polly, we
Ah.
got Mantis. Every life is easy. Well, then if we can get Rag for Black Pearls, then it's fine. But like at least where do we get Black Pearls on?
Can't tell
Just
you.
the 5 fucking squid spawns. 4
Don't
That
know
is-
Shadow
that is
King.
something
We
you're
don't
not
know.
thinking
We don't
about.
know
It's
anything like
something you're not
that.
thinking about.
What's that?
I personally would like them to TLC every
message you
single
later.
legacy dino. I want every legacy dino to be TLC, or at least do like what they do right now with community builds, just like the community build on TLC legacy
Mhm.
dinos, because that would make it more fun. Because right now, my only issue with no crop bots is that that's gonna limit the amount of non-meta tames you can do. Because like like nowadays, you could just meme breed calicos and it wouldn't be a matter because you could just crowd them, you saving space. But now you
But
can't really.
Callies weren't a meme, bro. They were really good anti-mesh protection.
What were? Phylas?
No, the fucking
Yeah.
drunken horses.
Calico, yeah.
Oh.
But that's just one dino specifically, right? Like without crowds, you just limiting the amount of stuff you can breed that are not essential. So that's my only issue with that.
Something else to think about with them changing the movement speed on the dinos. Galley Mimus actually might be really good for rocket running fobs
Rocket running, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought, I
and
thought the
caves
same.
and
But
things.
this is
just
it, right? They might like balance speeds on certain creatures. It's ones you don't normally use, in particular, to push you to
Everything
use them.
needs to be looked at, and
Yeah.
there were things there are things that were not used in
Galley
like
Rider
the
Rose.
6-man meta.
Y'all don't
and the
laugh,
1X
Wicked.
meta was slightly different, right? But there were still things that weren't in either of those metas that could have been meta, but no one really used, like
But
HP
that a lot came
Bloodstalkers.
down to numbers, though, right? Because you didn't have the numbers on 6-man to do it. Because there's always things like there was always that one guy shouting, "Get on the mammoth, get on the Yuri," but you couldn't
Yeah,
always
you
do
need
that
those
because you
guys,
didn't have
exactly,
the people,
yeah. But
or
I mean,
whatever.
just like certain breeds is what I'm saying. Like I had a dude, one of the dude who bred the HP Bloodstalkers. No one else had these HP Bloodstalkers, but they were actually insane because they get to like 110k, and when you grab and like you could yeet yourself into the wall, but because of the speed, you'd get to the wall and be able to fire. It was before Shadow Mains too.
Oh,
could
you're talking
fire
about
a
the movement
rocket.
speed ones. You
No,
said
not
HP.
the Bloodstalkers. No, HP Bloodstalkers. Yeah, it was important because they could get to 120k, and they'd take a bunch of hits before they started eating you, and you'd be able to get there, do the damage and stuff. So, but there's going to be a lot of different, like what official Bobby memes about his terror birds, right? But
Wow.
like you said, Gallimimus, and there will be other things that because it's at the beginning, if people put in the effort to make the HP versions of them or the melee versions of them. Like we never saw a melee frog, right? But a
No,
melee frog
not
could go
cap
hard.
one. Yeah.
Well,
You know
consider
what I mean?
consider how like textures and meshes are going to work with this new engine. Like, are we going to find the comeback of body bags, like bodies being used to block turrets, right?
Oh, that could that be a thing? Like dead
Yeah.
bodies blocking turrets again? Like,
Yeah,
'cause
like turtles, dead turtle bodies and such. They used to be
You
used.
got to look at.
Yeah.
We still did it. Like
yeah, I mean that was a thing. Like people used to tech rifle
Mm.
from dead bodies. They still do. Turrets can't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
in them.
It's still happening.
Mega Mega
Just,
Slugs were
heck.
great too. Because I mean,
Wow.
we unfortunately we had people just tossing Mega Slugs because it was crashing servers. But you have big bodies, and it would stop turrets from shooting. Absolutely.
I have to throw Brontos now.
Or like
Mm.
turtles. People use just the small
That's
turtles.
it, yeah.
Whether they die or not, their bodies
Spooksy did a lot of
show.
work with turtles.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, there we go then. No change there.
No,
Alright, but
yeah, yeah.
All right, serious
what-
question though. And I need each one of you to answer. What day is ASA going to launch?
Oh, the
Can I
very
start?
last day.
Let's see it.
Well, I mean, what date I would like? Can I go with a date I would like? For me,
No, what day it is?
the
Not what you
24th.
like, but the 24th. All right.
I don't know
next.
why, but someone said it, and it's just been in my head, and I think that could be the day it is.
All right, Shawkus is.
Well, okay,
the
so what day do
24th,
you
you
want
guys
it to
all
be
hear it.
though? If you
The
said it's 20.
24th. Yeah.
Oh,
I want
that's
it to be
also the
24th.
day you want it to be? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
you're
yeah.
cheating. I got you.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be it's gonna be the 27th, and then gonna be delayed to the 30th.
Okay.
I don't know what the day is, but it's the last Tuesday of the month. Whichever the last Tuesday is,
The
that's the day.
31st, the very
Is-
last day of the
Is
month.
is the 31st a
that-
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Maybe the one before that, but it'll be the one of the last two Tuesdays. There you go.
I'm gonna be hopeful and go for the 23rd, which is a Monday.
There we go.
21st.
Someone's still got faith.
23rd, yeah. I
So
have faith.
the 24th is that Tuesday you're talking about, Willie. It's
Yeah, okay.
It's not the 31st, but it's the Tuesday before that. It's a good guess because
It's
they've
my guess.
dropped.
That was the first guess. Just saying it was me. Just put it
Yeah,
out there.
Shawkus. So Willie's copying Shawkus, and it's a great guess because that's the Steam patch,
Yeah.
right? And so that's their last day to be able to get in that anything involving with that. But I'm gonna guess the 2 days after that, the Thursday.
So that's the
There you go.
26th.
Either way, we all know it'll be the furthest they can push it realistically without having to admit that they
Without
have to
doubt.
push it past October.
I mean, it could be the 24th, but then it could still get delayed. I don't know. That might happen.
I feel like I feel like with the amount of nothing they've said, they're gonna not pick the day until they're real sure. And I think it's gonna come out in whatever state it's in, and they're gonna rush the patch like they've always kind of done.
Well, they don't have a choice, right? There's a date that they don't have a choice. Well, when is that date? Like, apparently,
The
to do with the
31st.
server.
The 31st.
So the very first is the last day they can kind of release it.
It's
I mean,
early
they
access, bro. Doesn't matter.
They can go beyond it,
Happens, I'll tell
but
you
then
what.
then they've got to deal with contract bullshit, right? So the contract they agreed to is basically they want to launch by the 31st. They fully plan on launching before the end of October. But I want to give chat an opportunity. Everyone in everyone's chat, tell us what day you think it's
They're in
going
agreement.
to launch.
Actually,
They're
had
But-
a,
27.
But if you're wrong, you have to gift a sub to one of the Arch streamers.
There it is.
That's
Go
your
on.
agreement. If you put in a
Capitan.
number, and you're saying this is the day and you're wrong, you
Like
got to
this.
gift a sub.
You have to gift us
There you
up to
go.
all 5 of us.
No, just one. You know,
Yeah.
just to the dude you're
just
watching.
to me,
or
to
whatever.
me.
Just
Yeah,
to
that's
shock
fine.
us. That's fine.
There you
Shock
go.
us can have them.
Everyone's a shockist.
A lot of people in my chat actually said the 24th. Just
You
it
got-
seems
yeah.
to be the most popular date.
In Mr. Dolphins, 27th, last day, 26th, 30th.
Just to be clear, when you say the 24th, you mean this year, right? Just to be crystal clear.
No. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So are we
And
concluding?
And if
there
we're
then, boys?
right,
Yeah.
congratulations, you're
feels
playing
like for
art.
me.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think we're all excited. Who's doing a subathon? Who's going to join me on this crusade?
I
No?
can't
Really?
commit.
Silence.
But who knows? Who knows? I know I'm going to be
That's
streaming
terrible.
until I want to take a nap. You know,
I am
it may
afraid-
be 20 hours, maybe 40 hours, but who knows?
I'm afraid to take a day off. I really want to take a day off this time around, but
I
I know
need-
wildcard.
I gotta
know
develop
Wildcard?
a crack addiction so I don't sleep for like 2 weeks or something like that. That's my plan.
You just need to
Yeah.
completely and utterly screw up your sleeping schedule, and then that's all
Yeah.
you need to do. And did you? Is your? Yeah, I don't know how hard that is for you, but mine's is absolutely absurd most of the time, anyways.
Pretty
I'm on
much,
full
man.
DGen hours, so.
Yeah.
God, with all the Bob PvP in the beginning, it's just gonna. There's no way to sleep. How can you stop? It's gonna be
Right.
constant. I think I really hope they put out enough servers, because otherwise, it's just gonna be millions of people on, not quite enough servers, and it's gonna be FUD. Just
They
constant
might
people.
bring out more. They did do that a few times.
Yeah, they
have
will.
done that. Yeah,
done
they
that.
have
They
done
will.
that.
Yeah.
Don't know how hard that is to do, but yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I'm sure they'll be ready to do that. Surely they won't let that slip.
All right, well, guys, thank you for having me on the
man.
talk.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Yeah,
Been
thank
fun.
you.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep.
Being insightful and all the rest of it. And I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Wicked.
Later, brother.
Nice to meet you, mate.
thank you
Yeah,
for
nice meeting
joining
you.
us.
Bye.
All right, guys. Yeah, thank you
There we
everyone for
go.
coming.
Yep. We'll see
I
you guys
will
later.
s-
Ras, I'll
Yep.
see you sooner than the other two, I
That's
think.
it, man. Might see you unofficial.
Yeah, I look
Watch
forward
out!
to
Ross is
hearing
about!
what you choose.
Lucky doors.
hopefully
Lucky
some people-
windows. I'm coming.
Hopefully, some people DM you, bro. If not, we know enough groups. I'm sure we could get you in a mega
wicked.
tribe.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
Hell
me
yeah.
and DMAC have a bet, and if he gets the bet correct, he joins me on official and gets to be tribe leader.
Ooh.
So
That's good.
if you want in on that action, you could be co-leader with DMAC for like the first week, or until
Yeah,
I kick
sweet.
DMAC out of tribe.
Opportunity to rest lag. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Job done. Right,
guys,
wicked.
I will.
All right, thank you.
Yep, I'll see you
everyone for
guys
coming.
later.
Hope we can do this again another time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. See ya.
Peace out.
All right, chat. What do you think? By the way, thank you to all of you who gifted subs, subbed, rated, bits. I see them all. I appreciate it. I had everything turned off so it wouldn't like ruin the so people could hear what was being said. But yeah, what do you guys think? What are you guys' thoughts on not what we said, but the topics that we discussed? Let me move this real. What are your thoughts on the topics we discussed? Anybody got anything of value? I'm fine with no speed leveling. Of value, no. I literally just tuned in, so missed it. Crap bag, it'll be, I'm sure my wife is going to make a highlight out of it. If not, there'll be a VOD. for sure. And I'm sure the other guys will have one as well. Probably post on YouTube as well. Nothing of value, just wild speculation. Well, it's all wild speculation with as much knowledge as we have. Oh, did it just start making the noise? Was it really not doing it the rest of the time? Is it just this that's the problem? Is it still making the noise? Here, I can listen for myself. 1 second. Okay, it's not doing it anymore, so I think we're good. Just want to play old school Ark again. It's fixed now, I'm pretty sure. Trust me, listen, guys, I know that you're saying you don't hear the noise, but my wife is a mutant. She can hear everything. If she says there's a noise, there's a freaking noise. I've learned to trust that. So, believe me, there's a noise. Well, there's not now. I think I fixed it. But if there was a noise, she 100% could hear it. I hear it every time I come to stream. Is it my voice? What's your opinion on the speed thing? I agree with, I think we all kind of had a consensus. I would like to see them raise the default speed to, 130, 140. And then, but I'm really not, I really do like that it's going to be a cap on speed. I think speed is more of an annoyance on both parts, to be honest, because a guy who's too fast is just going to run away. Like, I'm not worried about that part, but it'll be a lot more fun to have fights where you actually have to stand your ground a little bit. Like I said, I'm cool with it would be really nice to have it 130, 120, 140. But I'm cool with the change for sure. For sure. I rarely ever use speed leveling, so I'm used to. Yeah, if you're not a PvPer, the speed thing probably isn't super important to you. I think it's probably more for those of us who PvP a lot. No carry weight would be nice too. It wouldn't matter though, D-Matt. There's a mod for that. What's up, Bexo? How you been, bro? All changes are fine in my opinion. Good to mix it up. I'm down to trying it. Yeah, I think they're gonna try a lot of new things early on, and I think some of them will probably be cool, and I think some of them will probably be terrible, and we'll just ride the wave, I heard that cryos are just delayed release till after a few bugs are ironed out. Yeah, they basically hinted that cryos would be added back. I think they said, I would need to go back and look. I think they said that they haven't done their pass on cryos yet. So that they are, upgraded to the, whatever UE5 stuff. So I think they probably still have that to do, and that's probably part of it. And then I think they also, our speculation is that they want to test the server performance. So you guys saw where they said that right now we want to keep it at 70 out of 70 based on some other decisions we made. And I think it's very possible, of course this is speculation, but I think it's very possible that they left it at 70 so that they could test no cryopods and what the servers feel like with that many dinos out. And I would imagine it gets changed probably sooner than later, but I think it'll be interesting in the beginning, because let's be honest, if all they did was make Ark Survival Ascended the exact same as the end of Ark Survival Evolved, then it would still be really fun because it'd be a new thing, it'd be a new wipe, but not having anything to like learn and kind of figure out and no changes at all would ruin it a little bit. It'd make it a little less exciting to do, So I think it's probably good that they're doing changes, and hopefully we get some good ones. Cryos should come with extinction. I think it'll probably come earlier than that, but it is what it is. Only caught the end. Anyone heard what the price is going to be? The price has already been listed as $39.99. By the way, if any of you guys are interested in trying to find out as much info as you can about ASA, if you type !Discord in my Discord in my channel right now and go to my Discord, we'll get you the perms you need, and then go to the gaming news channel. And I Am Wild Do has a massive list of info, and it's basically every tweet they've had, every message they posted on the official Twitter. It's every bit of info you could possibly want to know about ASA that we know right now. So if you hit ! Discord and go and do that, again, the channel is called Gaming News, but it should just be called ASA News. But yeah, you can get all your info there because it is a lot of new info. Or a lot of info, not all of it's new. The new UI? Yeah, me too. That actually be really cool. I think the new UI will be super dope. I hope it's a good one, but it probably will be. But yeah, the price at launch is gonna be $39.99. It's gonna be on sale when it first comes out, $39.99. Will all the old free expansions still be free? That's what they said originally, and they haven't, as far as I know, they haven't changed that at all. So I think so. I think it will be. I met some crippled homies in Michigan this weekend that play Ark and are fired up for it too. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Let's get it. It says I'm joining the trailer park. I thought I left the trailer. You can never leave. What's that old saying? You can take the man out of the trailer park, but you can never take the trailer park out of the man. Isn't that a saying that said? Probably not. I wonder what kind of cave changes they are going to make. Skipnotic. My guess is if you played MTS, it's going to be MTS. That's my guess. I hope it's not like that necessarily, but I think it might be like that. How fun will any cave be? What was the ratio? What do you mean? You mean is total servers? They haven't said that. I'm not sure what you mean, Anglo. I wish we could get Center and Scorch at the same time. That'd be cool. I think Center's going to be fun. Win 10 or Steam. Well, it's no longer Windows 10. It's the same place. You're going to get it in the Windows Store, but it's a whole different setup. Adding flyers to caves, that'd be intense. I mean, the Desmo, we're just waiting for the Desmo to come out. They haven't said that, Anglo. They probably won't say that until closer to time. I'm not sure. There's a mod for that. That's true. Imagine it's only like 10 of each. Nah, they would never do that. That'd be terrible. I don't think you can get any creatures in the strong cave. Maybe Arthros. I'm not sure. Well, what you would do, Kiwi, is you take eggs and you hatch the eggs inside the caves. That's how you're going to do that. I hope they fix the mushroom strat for Broodmother. That would be interesting. Yeah. How do you defeat Alpha Dragon? With a lot of fairies, usually. On the island, at least. Till that bug comes in your cave to rocket run. True, that's going to be awful. Yo, listen, Plant X is going to be the death of a lot of people not ready to get killed by Plant X. With 100 move speed, Plant X is going to crap all over you. You're going to get absolutely shit stalked by Plant X. This is going to be wild. Sorry, D-Mac. How do you think cheating is going to go? I think there's going to be plenty of people trying their hardest to cheat, and it's up to Wildcard to combat that. Hopefully, the anti-cheat is a lot better. Hopefully, UE5 makes some of the things a lot better just by default, but it's always going to have to be active enforcement. There's just no way around it. Doesn't matter what else they do. I love the Roundtable. Thanks for that. I hope they fix Arc finally. I can't seem to connect to the servers. What's up, Jackson? How you doing, bro? My man, Jackson. Yo, Jackson. Did you guys? You can just plead the fifth or tell me to shut up or whatever. Did you guys do like your part of the thing to the new maps? Like, did you guys do any passes from your position? If you can say that or not, you might not be able to say that. Anyway, I love you, dude. Hope you're doing well. I can't wait to see what you guys have been up to, man. How buggy do you think the game is going to be on start? I think there'll be. If you've ever played a day one, oh yeah, we did. Nice, bro. Listen, Jackson, when they gonna let you tell us about the cave changes? Come on, you know that's all we care about. Just tell us, man. Just tell us. What are they gonna do? Fire you now? No chance. You're way too important. But yeah, I think that it probably comes out with its fair share of bugs. If you've been part of any Arc related launch, you already know that's how it goes. But they're usually really fast at patching. So hopefully, whatever it is, caves are going to be interesting in a lot of ways. There you go, chat. If you guys don't know, Jackson is one of our good friends here, and he is also the guy who created many of the maps that you know and love, including he was one of the it was a team, right? He was one of the team members who first created Ragnarok, then got hired on at Wildcard. I think I have my timeline correct, and has since worked on basically every map you've ever played. He's a level designer, map designer. And if I just screwed that up, just correct me, please. They have to at least be rateable without cryo, in theory. What life improvements do you think they'll add? I'm going to be honest, after playing the modded thing, I would be down for some of the modded stuff that you can use. I wouldn't hate the pull function. I don't think you should be able to pull from dinos. I don't think you should be able to pull from far away. But if you just needed to pull from storage, even if they waited until it was dedicated storage, even if it was only to dedicated storage, I think that would be okay. So I think the pull function could be kind of cool. I'll tell you a big one. I think even if you don't have the awesome spyglass that gives you all the info and tells you everything about it, I think the literal ability to just shift right click and zoom in is one of the coolest things. And I would love to have the regular spyglass be able to zoom in with us, whatever the keybind is. I think zooming in with the spyglass, even if it didn't give you all the extra information, which I don't think it should, would be cool. I think that would be cool. No, not within render, Jackie. That's too far. Yeah, the same way Sith, the same way he does that, but the spyglass would be way better. You know what I mean? Doing it the official way and not the way that we have to do it because we don't have a choice would be a lot better, I think. Yeah, exactly. Easier and a little cleaner. You ready to sit there and watch your babies for hours again? No, Necro. You must be new to my tribes. I don't do that. Somebody else gets to watch my babies, or else they can just die. I just won't have babies. I don't care. This man, Omni just asked what dino breeds you're going to work on for ASA. If by that question you mean what dino breeds am I going to point to other people to work on, all of them. If you're talking about which ones I'm working on, not a single one. I'm going to be working on the bobs, making sure the bobs don't breed on my beaches. I like to see the base multiplier number. I dislike the big convoluted numbers and Excel spreadsheets for dino breeding. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what they've mentioned. Several things about changing breeding overall. We also know that there's going to be dino babies, and there was a mention somewhere. So if you guys haven't been watching, when we play the hunted, one of the things you have to do to get these babies is you have to kill the nesting parents of these baby dinos to get the egg. And there was a comment made in Discord by Dolly or Jack that says the baby dinos you can maybe tame once you've killed its parents. That would be cool. That would be a lot cooler. Better work on it. Yeah, I'll do your dodos for you. I can handle dodos. What's up, Ludwig? How you doing, bro? Could have a Willy exclusive? Nah. It's not what I do well. Yeah, confirmed dino. What's not confirmed is if they'll play any role other than being cute. Although again, I think that was mentioned that you would kill the parents and then you could tame it. Do you think the kibble system will be tweaked? No idea. I'm not sure. Probably not. You got to remember that the first pass is going to be, whatever, and that they'll continue to iterate. So I wouldn't expect everything that we have heard about to necessarily be there, but hopefully they get as much as possible out of it. Crafting and blueprints. That's a good point, Banji. One of the things that I would like for them to do, I would like them to change all blueprints to be like tech blueprints, or to be like blueprints in Atlas, where you don't have unlimited crafts with it. I think that would be a cool change. I think it's really dumb that you can get one drop, get one good BP, and then craft it for all eternity. I think it should have a max number of crafts on it, and that max number can be whatever, 10, 20, it doesn't even matter. But I think you should consistently have to leave your base to go search for better drops. I think that would add a lot to the game, actually. I think that would be a really good one. A Willy exclusive dino is a dead dino. Pretty much, yeah. I actually think that that's a bigger deal than a lot of other things. I don't think you need to take out crafting skill, but just the max number of crafts you can do, I think is fine. I would love for them to, I hope that one of the passes they're doing is making armor and weapons a little bit weaker overall. But who knows? How's the Giga doing? Chandrian, I have no idea. It was alive this morning early. That's all I can say. Yeah, that's how, yeah, exactly, Sylvan. That's why I mentioned Atlas, because it was like that. Yep. What's up, Ninja Killer? How you doing, bro? They will just dupe the craft? Maybe, but we can't just not try to make changes based on the fact that some people may cheat, you know? Want to do puzzle run? We doing a practice run now? Yeah, let me, let's see here. Let me see here.